Hi, today we're going to change the batteries in an Lite V4. First thing you want to do is make sure it's unplugged from the wall, and then we turn off the unit. To do that, you push the button on the back of the screen once. On the front, it's asking you to confirm that you do want to turn it off. So you turn it around and push the button again to confirm you're turning it off. The tools we're going to need are a long 5mm Allen head, a 10mm ratchet or wrench, a 13mm ratchet or wrench, a Sharpie, a pair of wire cutters, and the wire tie with the mount. So what we want to do is turn the power off. The power switch is located underneath the front here. Just flip it and turn it off. Then we'll turn the robot around, and we'll need to take the 2 bolts off holding this cover on. To do that, you'll need the 13mm socket or a wrench. I've already moved the one on this side, the one over here. Just comes out like that, and then the cover just pulls right off. So we'll need to loosen the bracket that holds the battery in. We'll take our 5mm hex head here, loosen this 3 or 4 turns, come over to the other side, and loosen it 3 or 4 turns. You don't want to take these bolts out. Okay, the next thing we want to do is take the battery terminals off. You'll need the 10mm wrench or ratchet to pull these off. We'll take the positive off first, take that away, and then we're going to take the negative off. Now you'll notice there's a temperature sensor here and a wire and a washer. You want to make sure that you note the order in which those are on there. It's very important to get those back on the same way that you take them off. And so we can just put our wrench on there. So take this bolt off, and then you can move these wires to the side. Next thing you want to do is cut the wire tie here so that the handles are free. Then we can just pull out the battery, hold the bracket, and pull the battery all the way out. Okay, so we've putting the new battery in, and use your Sharpie. I've already done this, and write the date that you're installing it on the battery. So we've got the battery back in there. We'll just push it in. You might have to play with this bracket a little bit to allow the battery to slide all the way in. Then we'll want to reconnect the wires. To do that, you want to make sure, we're going to do the negative first. You want to make sure you have the proper order. And you can look at the procedure and see what the proper order is. But basically it's the wire, the sensor, the bolt, and the washer. And they'll go back in just like this. We'll do the positive side. Got the washer already on the bolt. And just screw that in. And then take your 10mm ratchet or wrench, either one, and just get those nice and tight. So we're going to put the red boot back on to cover the positive battery terminal. Then take your 5mm hex, tighten the 2 bolts, and then we're ready to put the handle back on. I've already installed the tie down here with the tie wrap in it. So you can just slide this together. Tighten the tie wrap, and then cut the tie wrap. Okay, now we're going to put the cover back on, And this is just a little bit tricky. It's kind of hard to get the bolts started. So put it up there and kind of leave it tilted back a little bit. And you can actually look in here and get the bolts started. And then we'll do the same on the other side, get it started, and then push the cover in, give it a little tap, and then take your 1/2 inch ratchet or wrench and just tighten those up. Now that we've finished changing the battery, we need to call our Technical Assistance Center TAC and have them change the battery date and the software.